Is Apple doing the right thing here, entering this market?
No, I don't think so. If I were a shareholder, I'd be very upset because they are currently engaged in a very high margin business. The automobile business, at best, is a very low margin business, and you can't show me one company in the world that to date has made a nickel on electric cars. They are generally money losers, and the only reason that everybody is producing them is because they are necessary to meet European fuel economy regulations and U.S. fuel economy regulations. But there is absolutely no reason to assume that Apple is going to be financially successful in the electric car business.
I'm glad you brought up that aspect of it. It's exactly what I was going to ask. Why do an electric car? Do you think they're going to be able to bring some sort of approach to it, given their experience in batteries and consumer devices? That's at all going to change the economics of this in the next couple of years?
No. First of all, Apple has no expertise in batteries. They don't make batteries. The specialized electrochemical companies make batteries, and Apple's going to buy batteries like everybody else. And when it comes to actually making cars, there is no reason to assume that Apple, with no experience, will suddenly do a better job than General Motors, Ford, Volkswagen, Toyota, or Hyundai. So I think this is going to be a gigantic money pit, but then it doesn't matter. I mean, Apple has an embarrassment of riches. They don't know where to put the cash anymore. So if they burn $30 or $40 billion in the car business, nobody's going to notice.
Bob, some of the speculation surrounding this initiative is that perhaps Apple could use third-party manufacturers the way it does with its consumer devices. Is that, in your mind, at all feasible to have another company manufacture the actual vehicles if they're going to do that?
Well, yeah, they could. I mean, they could get Hyundai, Kia, or a Japanese or a Chinese manufacturer to manufacture the cars for them, and then they would put all of their software and their interconnectivity in it afterwards. But I don't see the advantage to that. I mean, if you take a look at what Google is doing, Google says, we don't want to manufacture cars. We just want to be the suppliers of all the equipment to enable total car connectivity and to provide the software and hardware for the autonomous cars, which are definitely coming. And that's one thing. But then to say, well, we're going to do it with an electric car, which is, from a cost standpoint, the toughest way to go. And by the way, the electric car market is still minuscule. That just doesn't make sense. One of the things they probably hope to do with their electric vehicles is to sell the electric vehicle credits to other manufacturers who need them. And currently for Tesla, that is the only large sustainable source of revenue that Tesla has. I mean, they're losing a ton of money on the cars. So maybe that's the calculation. But I'll tell you what, if I were a board member of Apple, I would ask some serious questions about this whole thing.